3 boxes of Bullseye branded crisps. I mean, like, tie-ins with crisps isn't unusual. Remember the Spice Girls Walkers? We commonly have the Minecraft Doritos. Over the years, there's been loads. But they're like versions of an existing crisp. They're like a thin version of an existing crisp. These are literally Bullseye crisps. I'm wondering who they're made by. Let's see if we can find out. Fully Snacking. So they literally are, they seem like a brand set up specifically for Bullseye themed crisps. I would like to find out a bit more about how this particular thing come about. In some ways it seems so random, but in another way, whenever watching Bullseye, I kind of imagine people sitting around eating crisps and having a pint and smoking. That show gives me that image, definitely. And in a time when it was originally made, that's what a lot of people would have been doing. But yeah, we've got some interesting flavours. We've got the Sizzling chili beef, which sounds great. As you can see, these are 8 times 150 gram bags in the wholesale boxes. So I do hope I like these because I've got a lot. We have a steak and ale flavour, so let's see if they're better than the Morrison's steak and ale, where there just wasn't enough steak taste, but other than that they were nice. And we've got these sound nice, big cheese and onion. And I never really got the N thing. I just find it hard to pronounce when they do that in flavours. It doesn't flow for me, this whole N thing. They don't do it so much, but they still do it a bit. So yeah, I noticed the copyright for these is 2024. However, I'm wondering what the date is, as they were bargain price. 24th of May 25, so they are still in date. Now all the boxes are the same there. 1st of March. So these ones are actually out of date. I'm sure they'll be fine. Maybe the flavour will slightly have changed, but probably not in that short amount of time. And these are 24th of May, so 2 of them are in date, 1 of them isn't. So let's start with the big cheese and onion. Do like a classic cheese and onion crisp. So let's see how these are. Here we go. So they are sharing size back. So the branding, really nice. I'm a fan of Bullseye. I remember watching it as a child. I've watched the repeats. I like the original series with Jim, but I also liked it when they brought it back with Dave Spikey. That was on for Challenge TV, but it didn't run for that long. But I did actually like that. So it says their famous catchphrase, "You can't beat a bit of bully." He kept going in 1, in 2, and all that kind of thing when he was announcing the prizes. So it says super smash and great. I mean, that was another one of the catchphrases. Our ridge cut crisps have received the proper bully treatment with deep ridges, awesome flavours, and a satisfying crunch. They're the perfect partner for a game of darts and a pint of bully beer. Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. Although in some ways it seems such a random thing, Bullseye crisps, it's kind of not, because if you were to link crisps and, like they say, maybe a drink of beer to any kind of show, it's absolutely Bullseye. So I can see how this particular project came about. So cheese and onion flavoured potato crisps. I've never seen these in the shops. I don't know if you could only get them online. It seems like something B&M might have. Well, they smell nice and cheesy. So these are Ridge crisps. All 3 are Ridge crisps. It's got a really nice big crunch to them. They're nicely, slightly cheesy, a fair bit of cheese in there, and nicely oniony, but not overpowering. So it's probably one of the better balances. But yeah, I really like how thick and crunchy they are, but not in a way that they break your teeth, because some crisps are a bit too hard. These are about right, I would say. Yeah, they're a winner. I would give them a solid 8 out of 10. They're a good cheese and onion crisp, and I think the strength is particularly the crisp itself. You know, it's got a really good crunch and thickness to it. So next it's the steak and ale. Right. So again, very nice layout, wrapper. I'm sure it says the same thing on the back. So yeah, steak and ale with the N again. Not much of steak now, but hopefully the taste will be there. They are nice. I would say they're better than the Morrison's ones. So, because normally you get that steaky flavour, the way they do it is they haven't really got steak in this to have a sort of flame grilled flavour. And it's got that a bit like, say, how McCoy's have got it, that really nice flame grilled McCoy's flavour. I would say these are even nicer. I think it's because I'm getting like a sort of little bit more onioniness coming through as well. Not sure about the owl though, if that's coming through. The owl is more subtle, but it is there. I kind of actually prefer these ones, how they taste, to the Morrison's ones. The Morrison's ones got the owl taste better, but this kind of all works better together, and it's a nicer crisp. These are actually really quality crisps. I imagine these probably cost quite a bit originally. They're very nice. Another solid 8 out of 10. So let's see if all three, we can get the hat trick, all three will be winners. These were the ones that were slightly out of date, aren't they? 1st of March, yeah. So, we'll take that into account, but it's probably not going to have affected the flavour share. So, some things in Discount Dragon have short dates or they're out of date, and that's why they're selling them for cheaper, but not everything. It is a good website because you can get different things you don't typically see like this. But always check the prices because I have spotted some things that are actually cheaper elsewhere. Sometimes it is cheaper. The sizzling chili beef is a flavour I haven't had for ages, but I really like in crisps. I'm trying to think where I last had that flavour. I think it might be McCoy's. McCoy's, I think, do some sizzling chili beef. Yeah, so I was expected these are more redder because they're chili. Don't know if they're going to be hot or not. Just notice there's a QR code to scan for more, so I might give that a scan, see what that's all about. Maybe it links you to classic episodes also. They are actually my favourite, so I really don't think that they've been slightly out of date has impaired them in any way at all. Probably one of the best chili beef examples I've had. There is a tiny kick coming through, but it really tastes like chili. And obviously, the beefiness flavour is hard to do because they're not really going to have beef there, but it's a good taste of chili. Like maybe if you made a vegetarian chili. They are my favourite. These are a 9 out of 10, definitely. They're all really nice, but these are the winners. I'd like to know if you've tried any of these. I don't know if they do any other flavours. I believe these are the only 3 they do, but yeah, I've really enjoyed them, and it's a good job because I've got a lot of them. So yeah, I won't need to buy crisps for quite a long time.